In a country where silence is safer than truth, one woman chose to speak and kept speaking until the world finally listened. From the street of Caracas to the stage in Oslo, the story of Maria Corina Machado is one of courage, conviction, and defiance. She did not win the Nobel Peace Prize because she sought power, she won it because she refused to surrender it to tyranny. So, in this video, we are going to discuss in details that why Nobel Peace Committee in Oslo has decided to grant Nobel Peace Prize to Maria Corina Machado, a politician from the South American nation of Venezuela, and how and why she is being touted as a champion of democracy in Venezuela. Now, before if we try to look at the brief life or early life of talking about early life of Maria Corina Machado and background. She was born on October 7, 1967 in the Caracas, which is the capital of Venezuela. She belonged to what we can call as well-off family because her father was a prominent businessman in Venezuela's steel industry. Not only that, his father and his family was close to the people who were in power, who were governing the administration and country at that particular point of time. Not only that, her family traces relationship back to even Simon Bolivar, the person who is responsible for granting freedom to most of the South American nations in the northern part. Now, she got a degree from industrial engineering and later completed her master's in finance. Then she founded a foundation called as Atenia Foundation in 1992, which was focused on helping steel children. However, she underwent political awakening and somewhere in the year 2002, she founded another institute called as Sumate. Sumate was an institute that was found that was largely responsible for monitoring of vote, and it evolved gradually into a major opposition platform, first against Hugo Chavez and later against Nicolas Maduro, present leader of Venezuela. The goal of her organization was simple. She wanted to promote fair elections. She did not sought power in the early stage. She wanted to promote fair elections. She wanted to ensure transparency and accountability in the election process and promote a sense of civic participation among the citizens of Venezuela. She was inspired simply with the principle of ballots over bullets. She did not sought violence. She did not prefer violence. She said that if change has to be brought in a country, it has to be brought by the force or power of ballot. Now, obviously, when she entered in the political arena, she has to face several political struggles, some which has directly threatened her life as well. As far as the Sumate is concerned, the organization which she helped establish in 2004 organized a recall referendum against Hugo Chavez, one of the most popular leader of Venezuela, who also is considered as a dictator in nature. Now, because of this, Hugo Chavez accused her and the organization of treason and conspiracy, and criminal charges were levied against her under Article 132. However, her movement and she herself became a symbol of resistance and civic courage, and she kept on fighting head on the power corridors of Venezuela, even after facing harsh criticism and even facing what you can call as polarization, the greatest extent of polarization that Venezuela has witnessed in the recent past. Now, gradually, as NGO began to shift its focus from watchdog, she began to take direct interest in politics because she understood that if the power has to be changed, if the power has to be captured, she has to be involved in a greater manner. And thus, in 2012, she ran an election. However, she lost this election in the primary stage itself to her own party member called as Henrique Capriles. Family business expropriated by Chavez in 2010, and she became the vocal leader of Coalition for Democratic Unity, also in short referred as MUD. That's the name of party which she represents. Now, she also is criticized among Venezuela, and why she is a polarizing figure we also have to understand, because many of the Venezuelans and politicians, they clearly state that she has maintained an open ties with US, and now you have to understand US and Venezuela do not enjoy a good relationship. It is the US which has imposed heavy sanctions on Venezuela, and many people of Venezuela feel that their economic problem, their financial crisis is a making of US, or there is a hand of US as such. So many of democracy groups in US also, such as NED, she has maintained on open ties, and that is why she has faced a lot of criticism at home also. Now, before moving further, I would want to bring your attention to the fact that Legacy as Academy, we are going to soon commence batches both for the weekday regular batches and the weekend batches. The weekday batches is going to start on 16th of October, and weekend batch is going to start on 4th and 25th of October. Now in this batch we ensure comprehensive coverage of all GS paper, one-to-one mentorship and doubt solving sessions, regular interaction with educator, daily mains answer writing practice, and test series for prelims and mains. If you want to know more detail of this course features and program, you can click the link in the description box of this particular video, or you can give the call to the number being displayed on your screen. Now coming back to this particular topic, the major contribution where she played a significant role was directly confronting Nicolas Maduro. Nicolas Maduro is someone who we can say took charge of Venezuelan's presidency or Venezuelan's leader, what we call as politics, after Hugo Chavez suddenly died. He was a successor, and he was an identified successor by Hugo Chavez. Since 2013, we have seen major anti-government protests erupting in Venezuela. Most of them was led by Maria Corina. Now, she obviously has faced repeated threat of arrest, intimidation, and on the other hand, many of the leaders who were what you can call as who were supporting her in beginning, they feared loss of life, they feared these threats, they were fearful of these threats, and they went in exile. However, Maria refused exile. Unlike other opposition figure, her slogan was simple but yet resonating, and that was "Hasta el final." That means till the very end, she will continue to fight for the rights and justice in Venezuela. As far as the recent election that was held in 23-24 is concerned, she won primary elections with over 2 million votes. That means her popularity has soared to sky high as compared to earlier elections. However, by using power, Nicolas Maduro and his administration ensured that she is barred from contesting 2024 presidential elections. Now, obviously, because she cannot contest election, one of her party members, Edmund Gonzalez, later on supported her. He came in the front to win, to fight the election, and also we have seen a lot of people voting for Edmundo Gonzalez, but it is understandable that people were voting not for Gonzalez but for Maria as such. However, also we have to understand that she was able to generate such a huge voting base because of the grassroots campaigns she conducted by car and foot. However, they went, talk about Edmundo Gonzalez, he went into hiding after election, as he was briefly arrested also in January 2025. There is a large scale possibility as shown and as proved by many of the international watchdogs that the election was rigged. Nicolas Maduro did not win the election, but still he was able to maintain and garner power because of the rigging as such. Now, as far as Venezuela is concerned, till early age of 1990s, 2000, Venezuela was one of the main democratic country in South America. It was touted as a model democracy. However, after coming of Hugo Chavez, it has entered into the era of entrenched authoritarianism. Now, as far as the Chavez is concerned, 1919 to 2013, Maduro from 2013 to present has been has captured power as such, and it, not only that they have captured power, but because of dictatorial tendencies, they also have led to erosion of independent institutions of the country as such. 2024 election was heavily rigged, as we discussed before. International community even rejected the results, and overall, because of the heavy sanctions, because of the non-acceptance of Maduro's regime and Maduro's administration, Venezuelans, ordinary Venezuelans have to face a deep economic and humanitarian crisis despite vast oil wealth. And not only vast oil wealth, Venezuela today has the largest oil reserve in the entire world, but it is not able to capitalize on it because of sanction. Now, this is the reality that Nobel Peace Committee has recognized. It has cited that Maria is being given Nobel Peace Prize for decades of civilian courage and peaceful struggle for democracy. The Nobel Committee has lauded her non-violent leadership and the encouragement she has given to the resilience of citizens. She also has become a symbol of peaceful resistance under repressive regime of Nicolas Maduro. Now, obviously, her winning Nobel Peace Prize was something that came as a shock, and Machado's reaction was simple, that I am in shock. This is a victory for all Venezuelans. This is all about this particular video. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for more self content. Thank you very much.